Welcome to the course of Geography of Turkey 2, Human and Economic Geography of Turkey. In this lesson, we will explore fundamental insights into the history of settlements in Turkey. Please feel free to share your questions and insights through the eCampus platform or via email.
Human settlement. In geography, statistics and archaeology, a settlement, locality or populated place is a community of people living in a particular place. The complexity of a settlement can range from a minuscule number of dwellings grouped together to the largest of cities with surrounding urbanized areas. Settlements may include hamlets, villages, towns and cities. A settlement may have known historical properties such as the date or era in which it was first settled, or first settled by particular people. The process of settlement involves human migration. In the field of geospatial predictive modeling, settlements are a city, town, village or other agglomeration of buildings where people live and work. A settlement conventionally includes its constructed facilities such as roads, enclosures, field systems, boundary banks and ditches, ponds, parks and woodlands, wind and water mills, manor houses, moats and churches. 2. History. The earliest geographical evidence of a human settlement was Jebel Irhoud, where early modern human remains of 8 individuals date back to the Middle Paleolithic around 300,000 years ago. The oldest remains that have been found of constructed dwellings are remains of huts that were made of mud and branches around 17,000 BC at the Ahalo site, now underwater, near the edge of the Sea of Galilee. The Nachfians built houses, also in the Levant, around 10,000 BC. Remains of settlements such as villages become much more common after the invention of agriculture. In landscape history. Landscape history studies the form, morphology, of settlements, for example whether they are dispersed or nucleated. Urban morphology can thus be considered a special type of cultural historical landscape studies. Settlements can be ordered by size, centrality or other factors to define a settlement hierarchy. A settlement hierarchy can be used for classifying settlement all over the world, although a settlement called a town in one country might be a village in other countries, or a large town in some countries might be a city in others. Several factors can influence the development and characteristics of settlements. Here are some key factors that can impact settlements. 1. Geographic location. The natural environment, such as proximity to water bodies, availability of natural resources, topography, and climate, can greatly influence settlement patterns and the economic activities of a region. 2. Historical and cultural factors. Historical events, cultural practices, and traditions can shape the layout, architecture, and development of settlements. For example, older settlements may have a distinct historical core or architectural style that reflects the local culture. 3. Economic opportunities. Economic factors, such as the availability of jobs, resources, and trade routes, play a significant role in determining settlement patterns. Access to transportation networks and proximity to markets also impact the growth and development of settlements. 4. Government policies and planning. Government policies, urban planning, and regulations can influence the growth and organization of settlements. Zoning laws, infrastructure development, and public services provided by the government can shape the size, layout, and functioning of settlements. 5. Social factors. Social factors like population size, demographics, and social needs can affect settlement patterns. The presence of educational institutions, healthcare facilities, and community amenities can contribute to the attractiveness and livability of a settlement. 6. Technological advancements. Technological advancements, such as transportation systems, communication networks, and infrastructure development, can impact settlement patterns by facilitating connectivity, trade, and accessibility. 7. Environmental considerations. Environmental factors, such as natural disasters, ecological sensitivity, and sustainability, can influence settlement locations and development. Settlements need to consider factors like water availability, waste management, and environmental conservation. These factors can vary in their influence depending on the specific context and location. The interplay between these factors shapes the unique characteristics and development of each settlement. The region of Anatolia has been a cradle of numerous cultures and civilizations since prehistoric times. This phenomenon can be attributed to a combination of factors that have influenced the settlement and development of human societies in this region. The purpose of this study is to identify and examine the key factors that have played a significant role in facilitating the establishment and growth of diverse cultures and civilizations in Anatolia. By delving into the geographical, climatic, hydrological, agricultural, transportation, geological, and geomorphological aspects of the region, this research aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of the reasons behind the proliferation of cultures and civilizations in Anatolia. Anatolia's strategic geographical location, positioned between Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, has served as a bridge for the exchange of ideas, trade, and cultural interactions. Its location at the crossroads of various ancient trade routes has attracted diverse populations and fostered the development of multiple cultures and civilizations. The climatic conditions in Anatolia have been favorable for human habitation and agricultural activities. Its diverse climate zones, ranging from the Mediterranean to continental and highland climates, have provided opportunities for varied agricultural practices and the cultivation of different crops, enabling the sustenance and growth of civilizations. Abundance of water resources. Anatolia benefits from a plentiful supply of water resources, including rivers, lakes, and underground aquifers. This abundance of water has supported agricultural productivity, facilitated settlement near water bodies, and served as a catalyst for the establishment and growth of civilizations. The fertile soils of Anatolia have played a pivotal role in the development of advanced agricultural practices. The availability of productive agricultural lands has not only provided sustenance but has also created surplus food production, enabling the growth of urban centers and the rise of complex societies. Convenient transportation networks. Anatolia's terrain and geographical features, such as its valleys, plains, and coastal areas, have facilitated the development of transportation networks. These networks, including ancient trade routes, river systems, and later, road and railway systems, have facilitated trade, cultural exchanges, and the movement of people, contributing to the establishment of diverse cultures and civilizations. Geological and geomorphological features. The geological and geomorphological characteristics of Anatolia have influenced the availability of natural resources, including minerals and building materials, which have played a crucial role in the establishment of settlements and the development of civilizations. The region's tectonic activity has also led to the formation of unique landscapes, attracting human settlement and contributing to cultural diversity. When examining the settlement history of Turkey, it becomes evident that the initial inhabitants of the region resided in caves during the Paleolithic Age. The limestone composition of the Taurus mountain range and Nuwa mountains made them conducive to the formation and development of caves, making these areas particularly attractive to people during the Paleolithic period. Notable examples of caves in these regions include those near Antalya Karain, Bel Dibi, Belbis, Okuzini, Alanya Kadnini, and Samandag, Hatay. In addition to the presence of suitable caves for shelter, the dense forests covering these areas played a significant role in their suitability as living environments. The abundance of forests created hunting opportunities, further facilitating human settlement in these regions. During this period, the act of seeking shelter or hiding in natural locations and sustaining livelihoods through hunting and gathering was prevalent. Göbekli Tepe is located in the southeastern Anatolia region of Turkey, situated approximately 12 kilometers northeast of the city of Sanliurfa. This archaeological site is characterized by an artificial mound, also known as a tell, which stands at a height of 15 meters and spans a diameter of about 300 meters. Notably, Göbekli Tepe is positioned at an elevation of approximately 760 meters above sea level. The tell encompasses two distinct phases of use, each associated with social or ritual practices according to Klaus Schmidt, the site's discoverer and excavator. These phases are believed to date back to the 10th-8th millennium BCE. Göbekli Tepe holds significant archaeological importance as it has the potential to reshape our understanding of a crucial phase in the development of human society. Scholars such as Ian Hodder from Stanford University have expressed the belief that Göbekli Tepe has the power to revolutionize our existing knowledge. If the site was indeed constructed by hunter-gatherer societies, as some researchers suggest, it would challenge previous assumptions by demonstrating that these groups were capable of building monumental complexes. This notion challenges the prevailing view that the ability to create such structures was exclusive to more advanced civilizations. Moreover, some researchers speculate that the construction of Göbekli Tepe may have played a role in the subsequent development of urban civilization. As Klaus Schmidt, the excavator of the site, poignantly stated, "First came the temple, then the city." This suggests that the existence and significance of monumental structures like Göbekli Tepe could have influenced and paved the way for the emergence of complex urban societies. The potential implications of Göbekli Tepe's discovery are far-reaching and have the potential to reshape our understanding of human history. Commencing around 7000 BC, a notable shift took place during the Neolithic Age, signifying a transition from a nomadic lifestyle dependent on hunting and gathering to one centered on agriculture, animal husbandry, and sedentary existence. One such settlement, Çatalhöyük, situated near Sumra, Konya, and approximately 35 kilometers from Burdur, is indicative of this period's progress. Excavations conducted in Haklar, located southwest of Çatalhöyük, reveal that the earliest human-made dwellings emerged during this era. The emergence of these settlements in close proximity to the Taurus Mountains lends support to the notion that individuals from the Paleolithic era migrated from caves to these newly established and nearby locations. Göbekli Tepe holds significant archaeological importance as it has the potential to reshape our understanding of a crucial phase in the development of human society. Scholars such as Ian Hodder from Stanford University have expressed the belief that Göbekli Tepe has the power to revolutionize our existing knowledge. If the site was indeed constructed by hunter-gatherer societies, as some researchers suggest, it would challenge previous assumptions by demonstrating that these groups were capable of building monumental complexes. This notion challenges the prevailing view that the ability to create such structures was exclusive to more advanced civilizations. Moreover, some researchers speculate that the construction of Göbekli Tepe may have played a role in the subsequent development of urban civilization. As Klaus Schmidt, the excavator of the site, poignantly stated, "First came the temple, then the city." This suggests that the existence and significance of monumental structures like Göbekli Tepe could have influenced and paved the way for the emergence of complex urban societies. The potential implications of Göbekli Tepe's discovery are far-reaching and have the potential to reshape our understanding of human history. In the Chalcolithic Age, spanning from 4750 to 3000 BC and immediately succeeding the Neolithic period, there was a notable decline in the significance of hunting, and this transition saw the substitution of stone tools with tools crafted from copper. While precise population figures remain elusive, it is evident that during this epoch, the territorial boundaries of settlements experienced a general expansion, concomitant with the development of these settlements. In addition to the Neolithic settlements, indicative settlements from this era have been discovered in various locations, including Umuk Tepe, Istanbul Fikir Tepe, Samsunaykas Tepe, the Amik Plain, and the Lakes region situated in the northwestern vicinity of Mersin. The exchange of surplus goods among individuals residing in diverse geographical settings, along with the transportation and transfer of these commodities from one location to another at designated times and places, has transcended the confines of localized settlements. Notably, despite the absence of indigenous tin mines within the borders of Turkey, the acquisition of bronze through the amalgamation of tin with copper in archaeological remains from the Old Bronze Age, occurring between 3000 and 2000 BC, signifies the initiation of trade networks that extended over considerable distances. Evidences of this trade activity during that epoch can be discerned in sites such as Beysi Sultan, proximate to Şivril, Gözlükul, located in Tarsus, Alisar, in the district of Sorgun, Alakahoyuk, situated in Alaka district, and Troy, south of Çanakkale. During the Paleolithic and Mesolithic periods in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, there were several important archaeological sites that provide insights into the early human habitation and culture. Here is a list of some notable Paleolithic and Mesolithic settlement sites in Anatolia. 1. Karain Cave, located in the Antalya region. This cave site dates back to the Middle Paleolithic period and has evidence of human habitation. 2. Beldibi Cave, another cave site in the Antalya region. It provides valuable insights into early human life during the Paleolithic period. 3. Göbekli Tepe, though primarily known for its Neolithic remains, this site in southeastern Anatolia has Paleolithic and Epipaleolithic layers, making it a crucial archaeological find. 4. Karain B and C caves. These caves are also situated in the Antalya region and have provided important information about early human occupation in Anatolia. 5. Bonkuklu Hoyuk, an important Mesolithic site in central Anatolia. This settlement dates back to around 8500 to 7000 BC. 6. Uskelhoyuk, located in central Anatolia. This is one of the earliest known Neolithic sites in the region, but it also has Mesolithic layers. 7. Çatalhöyük, known for its Neolithic layers. This site in central Anatolia also has Mesolithic components, revealing a longer history of human habitation. 8. Bademagak Hoyuk, situated in western Anatolia. This site contains Mesolithic and early Neolithic layers. These sites provide crucial evidence of the long history of human habitation and cultural development in Anatolia, spanning the Paleolithic and Mesolithic periods before the advent of agriculture and the Neolithic era. Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, is rich in archaeological sites from the Neolithic age, which was marked by the transition from a hunter-gatherer lifestyle to agriculture and settled communities. Here is a list of some notable Neolithic age settlements in Anatolia. 1. Çatalhöyük, located in central Anatolia. Çatalhöyük is one of the most famous Neolithic sites in the world. It dates back to around 7500 to 5700 BC and is known for its well-preserved architecture, art, and evidence of early agriculture. 2. Göbekli Tepe, this site in southeastern Anatolia is primarily known for its Neolithic remains but has earlier layers dating back to the Paleolithic and Epipaleolithic periods. 3. Haklar, situated in the Lake Burdur region, Haklar is one of the earliest known Neolithic settlements in Anatolia, dating to around 7000 to 6000 BC. 4. Askelhoyuk, located in central Anatolia, this Neolithic site dates back to approximately 8200 to 7400 BC and provides insights into the early stages of agriculture. 5. Bongkuklu Hoyuk, situated in central Anatolia, Bongkuklu Hoyuk has Mesolithic and Neolithic layers, with the latter dating to around 8500 to 7000 BC. 6. Sayanu, found in southeastern Anatolia, Sayanu is a significant Neolithic site known for its early agriculture and animal domestication practices. 7. Khan Hasan, located in western Anatolia, Khan Hasan is a Neolithic settlement with evidence of early farming and pottery. 8. Domuztep, this site in southeastern Anatolia has Neolithic layers dating back to around 6000 to 5500 BC. 9. Barknhoyuk, located in western Anatolia, Barknhoyuk is another Neolithic site with well-preserved architecture and evidence of early agricultural practices. These Neolithic settlements in Anatolia represent the transition from a mobile, hunter-gatherer way of life to sedentary communities reliant on agriculture and animal husbandry. They provide valuable insights into the early stages of human civilization in the region. The end of the Chalcolithic Age and the beginning of the Early Bronze Age in Anatolia witnessed the rise of several significant settlements and cultures. Here are some of the most important settlements from this transitional period. 1. Troy, Hisark, located in the northwestern part of Anatolia, Troy is renowned for its continuous occupation from the early Bronze Age, Troy I, onwards. The city was a vital hub for trade and cultural exchange during this time, with its archaeological layers providing valuable insights into the transition from the Chalcolithic to the Bronze Age. 2. Alika Hoyuk, situated in central Anatolia, Alika Hoyuk was a prominent Hittite center during the early Bronze Age, around 2300 to 2000 BC. It is known for its impressive monumental architecture and rich artifacts. 3. Kultepe, Kanesh, located in central Anatolia, Kultepe was a major trade center during the end of the Chalcolithic Age and the early Bronze Age. It was a hub for Assyrian merchants conducting trade with Anatolian locals. 4. Hattusa, Hattusa, the capital of the Hittite Empire, became a prominent city during the early Bronze Age. It was located in central Anatolia and played a crucial role in shaping the cultural and political landscape of the region. 5. Basisultan, Basisultan, located near Shivral, was a Chalcolithic and early Bronze Age settlement in western Anatolia. It is known for its distinctive pottery and evidence of early metallurgy. 6. Hytris Hoyuk, this early Bronze Age settlement, situated in southeastern Anatolia, provides insights into the cultural developments and interactions in the region during this period. 7. Mersin, Umuktep, the Umuktep site in Mersin, located in the southeastern part of Anatolia, was a significant center during the Chalcolithic and early Bronze Ages. 8. Aslantepe, Malatya, Aslantepe, near Malatya in eastern Anatolia, was an important urban center with evidence of early bronze metallurgy and a complex social structure. These settlements and cities played crucial roles in the transition from the Chalcolithic Age to the early Bronze Age and the development of complex societies and trade networks in Anatolia. They are essential for understanding the historical and cultural dynamics of the region during this period. During the Bronze Age, Anatolia was home to several major settlements and civilizations. Here are some of the significant Bronze Age settlements in Anatolia. 1. Hattusa, Hattusa, the capital of the Hittite Empire, was located in central Anatolia. It was a major Bronze Age city and a hub of political and cultural activity during the late Bronze Age. 2. Troy, Wilusa, Troy, located in the northwestern part of Anatolia, was an important Bronze Age city and a center of trade and cultural exchange. It is famous for its association with the Trojan War. 3. Alakahoyuk, situated in central Anatolia, Alakahoyuk was an important Hittite city during the Bronze Age, known for its monumental architecture and artifacts. 4. Kanesh, Kultepe, Kultepe, located in central Anatolia, was a significant Bronze Age trade center and the oldest known Assyrian trading colony, dating back to around 2000 BC. 5. Karam Kanesh, an ancient Assyrian trading colony associated with Kultepe, it played a crucial role in the trade networks of the Bronze Age. 6. Miletus, located in western Anatolia, Miletus was a major coastal city during the Bronze Age and played a key role in trade and cultural interactions. 7. Tarsus, in southern Anatolia, was another important Bronze Age city known for its trade connections and early urban development. 8. Assur, while not in Anatolia, the city of Assur in Mesopotamia was central to the trade and cultural exchanges that connected Anatolia with the broader ancient world during the Bronze Age. 9. Basizaltyn, near Shivral in western Anatolia, was a prominent settlement during the early Bronze Age and is known for its distinctive pottery and artifacts. These Bronze Age settlements in Anatolia were centers of political power, trade, and cultural exchange, and they played a crucial role in shaping the history of the region and its connections with neighboring civilizations. The trade activity that flourished between Anatolia and Mesopotamia in the final centuries of the 3rd millennium BC reached its zenith during the 2nd millennium BC, just prior to the establishment of the Hittite state. This trade, initially initiated by the Akkadians and later expanded upon by the Assyrians, became increasingly vital due to the differing goods produced in Anatolia and Mesopotamia. Furthermore, the geographical barriers presented by deserts and seas surrounding Mesopotamia incentivized the people of this region to extend their trade routes northward, towards Anatolia. In order to facilitate and regulate the growing and evolving commercial enterprises, certain rules were established to prevent disruptions in trade. This led to the emergence of individuals and groups tasked with addressing concerns related to settlement security. Administrative figures and security personnel became integral components of these settlements. Alongside the growth of administrative power, religious organizations also played a pivotal role in shaping these communities. As a result, apart from the rural areas where people were primarily engaged in agriculture and animal husbandry, urban centers from antiquity arose. These cities served as hubs where traders, clergy, rulers, and soldiers, whose roots were anchored in trade and supported by religious influences, congregated. These cities also attracted individuals with less direct ties to the land, further fostering the development of complex societies. The trade relations between the Hittites and the Assyrians played a pivotal role in the emergence and growth of cities during the Old Bronze Age. As a natural consequence of this trade activity, the regulation and oversight of trade and religious organizations became prevalent in every city. This evolution contributed to the establishment of a structured and organized state, a hallmark of the Hittite civilization. Key cities during this period included Hattusis, modern-day Sorum Boghazgal, and Canes, Kultepe, in the vicinity of Kayseri, which served as important settlement centers. Simultaneously, the Urartians, residing in eastern Anatolia, thrived on their abundance of animal products, agricultural resources, and forests. The Urartians adopted a strategic approach of concentrating on fortified, castle-like settlements due to various factors such as tribal conflicts, threats of invasion, and the need to protect against looting. The rugged terrain of eastern Anatolia further influenced this settlement pattern. This approach to urbanization was characteristic of the Urartian civilization during the same period. The Hittite civilization, a symbol of ancient civilization in Turkey, thrived in central Anatolia. In contrast, the western parts of Anatolia were inhabited by indigenous groups, often considered less advanced in terms of social complexity. Around 1300 BC, the Phrygian state was established in the western parts of central Anatolia and the central Anatolian threshold. The Phrygians took advantage of the trade routes connecting Mesopotamia with the Marmara and Aegean coasts, which allowed them to prosper. In the 7th century BC, the Lydian kingdom emerged, capitalizing on the agricultural potential of the fertile plains in the Aegean region, particularly after the collapse of the Hittite Empire. The Ionians, who settled along the Aegean coasts and established cities like Izmir, Ephesus, Miletus, Phoca, Cnidus, Bodrum, were known for their maritime expertise. They not only controlled sea trade in the Mediterranean but also managed caravan trade from the interior of Anatolia, leading to the development of settlements with port characteristics. This expansion of Ionian colony settlements later extended northward, along the shores of the Marmara Sea and the Black Sea. As a result, colony centers such as Gelibolu, Lapski, Mudanya, Gemlik, Marmara Ireglisi, Tekirdağ, Sinop, Samsun, Giresun, and Trabzon emerged in these regions. This movement contributed to the establishment of important coastal settlements and the enrichment of cultural and economic interactions in Anatolia. In classical antiquity, Anatolia was initially divided into several Iron Age kingdoms, with Lydia in the west, Phrygia in the center, and Urartu in the east being among the most prominent. Around 550 BC, Anatolia came under the rule of the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Following the Greco-Persian Wars, Anatolia mostly remained under Persian control, with the exception of the Aegean coast, which was integrated into the Delian League in the 470s BC. It was during this period that the famous Battle of Marathon took place, in which the Greeks, particularly the Athenians, repelled a Persian invasion. Alexander the Great, in the 330s BC, managed to conquer the entire region, wresting control from the Persians. After Alexander's death, his vast empire was divided among his trusted generals, known as the Diadochi. The portion of Anatolia, which included regions like Cappadocia, remained contested and saw frequent power struggles. The area was also threatened by invasions from various groups, including the Gauls, Galatians, and faced challenges from powerful rulers in Pergamon, Pontus, and Egypt, each vying for control over different parts of Anatolia. This period marked a time of political instability and shifting alliances in the region. The Seleucid Empire, encompassing Anatolia as part of its vast territory, found itself embroiled in a disastrous war with Rome, which ultimately led to the battles of Thermopylae and Magnesia. The Treaty of Apamea in 188 BC marked the culmination of this conflict and resulted in the Seleucids withdrawing from Anatolia. In the aftermath of the treaty, the Kingdom of Pergamum and the Republic of Rhodes, both allies of Rome during the war, were granted control over the former Seleucid territories in Anatolia. Following the withdrawal of the Seleucids, Anatolia became a region of contestation between the expanding Roman Republic and the Parthian Empire, leading to a series of conflicts known as the Roman-Parthian Wars. This ongoing rivalry and competition between the Romans and the Parthians shaped the political and military landscape of Anatolia during this period, as it remained a focal point of imperial ambitions and territorial disputes. Anatolia came under Roman rule entirely after the conclusion of the Mithridatic Wars, which occurred between 88 and 63 BC. The Romans adopted a somewhat hands-off approach to governing Anatolia, allowing local authorities to maintain effective control and providing military protection. This approach helped to strengthen Roman authority in the region. In the early 4th century, Constantine the Great established a new administrative center at Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, and by the end of that century, a new Eastern Roman Empire was formed with Constantinople as its capital. Historians refer to this empire as the Byzantine Empire, derived from the original name of the city, Byzantium. Over the subsequent centuries, up to and including the early Middle Ages, the Parthians were succeeded by the Sassanid Persians. This transition continued the long-standing rivalry between Rome and Persia, leading to frequent conflicts on the eastern fringes of Anatolia. Byzantine Anatolia faced pressure from Muslim invasions in the southeast, but for the most part, Anatolia remained under Byzantine control until the Turkish invasion of the 11th century. The arrival of the Seljuk Turks marked a significant turning point in Anatolia's history, leading to the establishment of the Sultanate of Rum and the eventual transformation of the region into the heartland of the medieval Anatolian Seljuk Empire. This period set the stage for the later emergence of the Ottoman Empire in Anatolia and its expansion into a powerful and enduring empire. The diverse topography of Anatolia, composed of regions with distinct characteristics in close proximity, allowed for the rapid proliferation of cities. Each of these regions offered an independent living environment, contributing to the development of urban centers. During this period, the primary role of these cities was to organize various activities within the neighboring villages and fulfill their needs. After the Roman era, Anatolia, which spent a significant part of the Middle Ages under Byzantine rule, benefited from its strategic location as a crossroads for trade routes. This facilitated the growth of trade-oriented cities in the region. With the migration of Turkish tribes, which had already commenced before the pivotal 1071 Battle of Malotskert but accelerated following their victory, the Christian rural population was not displaced. Instead, Turkish villages were established in the spaces between the sparsely populated regions. Nomadic tribes were entrusted with safeguarding the state's northern, southern, and western borders and engaging in animal husbandry. Their semi-nomadic lifestyle involved seasonal movement between lower elevations and plateaus, where they established both winter quarters and summer pastures. This pattern allowed them to adapt to the diverse environments of Anatolia and its changing seasons. Anatolia has a rich history of Turkic tribes and peoples, many of whom played a significant role in shaping the region. Here are some of the notable Turkic tribes and groups in Anatolian history. 1. Seljuks. The Seljuks were a major Turkic dynasty that ruled over Anatolia in the 11th and 12th centuries. They played a crucial role in the spread of Turkish culture and language in the region and laid the foundation for the later Anatolian Seljuk Sultanate. 2. Anatolian Seljuks. After the decline of the Great Seljuk Empire, the Anatolian Seljuks emerged as an independent Turkish state in Anatolia in the late 12th century. They continued to expand Turkish influence in the region. 3. Mongol tribes. In the 13th century, Mongol invasions led to the fragmentation of Anatolia into smaller Turkish principalities. Several Turkic tribes and rulers in Anatolia resisted the Mongol rule. 4. Ottoman Turks. The Ottoman Empire, founded by Osman I in the late 13th century, was a Turkic state that gradually expanded into Anatolia. It became the dominant power in the region, eventually extending its rule over much of southeastern Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. 5. Karamanids. The Karamanids were a Turkic dynasty that ruled over parts of Anatolia from the late 13th to the 15th century. They played a role in the broader history of Anatolian Turkic states. 6. Akkoyunlu and Karakoyunlu. These two Turkic tribal confederations ruled parts of Anatolia and the surrounding regions in the late medieval period, preceding the rise of the Ottoman Empire. 7. Beyliks. During the late medieval period, various Turkic beyliks, small principalities, emerged in Anatolia, each with its own leadership and territory. These beyliks often engaged in conflicts with one another and with other regional powers. 8. Nomadic tribes. Nomadic Turkic tribes continued to roam parts of Anatolia, especially in the eastern regions, throughout history. They played roles in trade, agriculture, and security along the borders. The rise and influence of these Turkic tribes and groups in Anatolia contributed to the spread of Turkish culture, language, and traditions in the region and ultimately led to the establishment of the Ottoman Empire, which would become a dominant global power for several centuries. The Seljuks implemented a new land system in Anatolia, which helped bring order to the countryside. Upon their arrival in Anatolia, they undertook the reconstruction of cities that had fallen into disrepair and lost their former significance. Notable examples include Sebastia, modern-day Shivas, Caesarea, Kayseri, Iconium, Konya, Melitene, Malatya, and Heraclea, Areli. Furthermore, they established entirely new cities, such as Aksaray, Akşehir, Kırşehir, Cedishehir, and Alanya, as part of their efforts to revitalize and develop the region. The Ottomans, when they settled in the Bilecik Soğut area, initially maintained a tribal lifestyle, herding and chasing animals. However, over time, they gradually transitioned to a more settled way of life by expanding their living areas and developing their territories. To support their expansion, the Ottomans established new settlement centers across the fertile plains of the Marmara region, effectively filling previously empty fields. They also pursued a policy of expanding and fortifying existing towns or cities, often by building mosques, inns, baths, and other facilities to promote the growth of these urban areas. Furthermore, they repaired castles and established new checkpoints to defend and safeguard the regions under their control. These developments were pivotal in the growth and transformation of Anatolia during the Seljuk and Ottoman periods, with the Ottomans eventually becoming a dominant power in the region and beyond. During the late 17th century through the late 19th century, rural life in Anatolia went through significant upheaval. This period was characterized by a system known as the Dirlik system, in which peasants, who had previously held tenancy on state-owned lands, found themselves increasingly burdened by those who collected taxes and conscripted soldiers on behalf of the state. This growing pressure from tax collectors and conscription officers compelled many villagers to abandon their lands and seek refuge in mountainous areas or urban centers. Consequently, many older, crowded villages began to deteriorate, while smaller settlements consisting of only a few houses emerged away from the main roads. Some Anatolian villagers who retreated to mountainous and desolate areas started to adopt a nomadic lifestyle in the 18th century. Additionally, immigrants from regions such as the Caucasus, the Balkans, and Crimea settled in Anatolia, contributing to the establishment of immigrant villages alongside existing local villages. However, it's important to note that this period coincided with the Ottoman Empire's most challenging times, and the events experienced during this period postponed the re-establishment of social and economic balances until after the Turkish War of Independence, which led to the founding of the Republic of Turkey in 1923. During the Ottoman era, towns and cities in Anatolia were often characterized by the central role of the main mosque. These urban centers typically developed around the most important mosque, with the area surrounding the mosque becoming a hub of commercial activity. This development pattern included the construction of shops, almshouses, and madrasas, all organized around the mosque. The long-lasting peace and stability during the Ottoman period allowed many cities, which had previously been confined within the castle walls dating back to the Roman and Byzantine periods, to expand beyond these fortifications. As a result, well-established cities such as Bursa, Edirne, Istanbul, Amasya, Manisa, Konya, Sivas, and Erzurum experienced significant growth and development. Additionally, new cities like Yozgat, Nevşehir, Adapazarı, Ordu, Mersin, Zonguldak, Osmaniye, Ceyhan, Reyhanlı, Ilahiye, and others were founded during this period. Following the struggles of the Republic of Turkey, many of these historic settlements have continued to maintain their presence for centuries, with some cities and towns still occupying the same locations, while others have emerged more recently. This historical and urban development has left a lasting imprint on the geographical and cultural landscape of Turkey. Settlements have evolved in tandem with human development over the ages, giving rise to a diverse range of settlement types with distinct historical backgrounds, sizes, appearances, and functions. These settlements span from individual houses to sprawling cities where millions of people coexist. They are not only shaped by the natural environments they inhabit but also carry the cultural imprints of the human communities that established or inhabited them. The world is home to places that have undergone significant transformation over the centuries, as well as those that have remained relatively unchanged. Turkey, a country blessed with diverse natural conditions, has a history of settled life dating back to approximately 9,000 years ago. Throughout this time, various tribes and nations have influenced the country's behaviors and ways of life. This cultural and historical diversity has contributed to Turkey being one of the richest countries in terms of the variety of dwellings and settlement types, making it a place with a remarkable and diverse collection of human habitats and living environments on Earth. Cappadocia, located in central Turkey, is known for its unique and otherworldly landscape, characterized by soft volcanic rock formations that have been eroded over time. In ancient times, Cappadocia was home to various settlements, including underground cities, cave dwellings, and rock-cut monasteries. Some of the notable settlements and areas within Cappadocia include 1. Gurame. The town of Gurame is a central point in Cappadocia and is famous for its fairy chimneys and rock-cut cave dwellings. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular tourist destination. 2. Urgup. Urgup is another well-known town in Cappadocia, offering cave hotels and an attractive landscape. 3. Avanos. Avanos is known for its pottery production and lies on the banks of the Klırmak River. 4. Uşakşehir. Uşakşehir is famous for its towering rock castle, which was used as a fortress and offers panoramic views of Cappadocia. 5. Ortahisar. Ortahisar is a charming town known for its stone houses and a citadel that overlooks the area. 6. Ilara Valley. This is a canyon with a river that features rock-cut churches and hermitages. 7. Derinkuyu and Kaymaklı. These are underground cities in Cappadocia that were used as shelters during times of danger. 8. Zelv. Zelv is an open-air museum with rock-cut dwellings, churches, and monasteries. 9. Pasabag, Monks Valley. This area is known for its unique rock formations and is a popular stop for tourists. 10. Sagunal Valley. It is famous for its rock-cut churches and beautiful hiking trails. These are just a few of the many settlements and remarkable sites in Cappadocia, where the unique geology and human history have combined to create a truly extraordinary landscape. Gesekandu is a term used in Turkish, which translates to shanty town or squatter settlement in English. This term is primarily used in Turkey and some other countries to describe unplanned and often unauthorized residential settlements that emerge as a result of rural to urban migration. Shantytown settlements typically lack basic infrastructure and are characterized by rapid and unregulated housing development. Key features of shantytown settlements may include 1. Lack of planning. These settlements are often not planned by municipalities or local authorities. People occupy land and construct their homes without formal planning. 2. Infrastructure deficiency. Access to basic infrastructure such as electricity, water, and sanitation is limited or absent in shantytown areas. 3. Rapid growth. Shantytown areas can grow rapidly as new migrants and families join these communities, leading to unplanned expansion. 4. Poverty. Many residents in shantytown settlements are low-income or impoverished families. 5. Legal issues. Many shantytown settlements are built in violation of local laws and regulations, leading to legal challenges. 6. Social issues. Insufficient infrastructure, education, healthcare, and job opportunities in shantytown settlements can lead to social challenges. These types of settlements often emerge in situations where urbanization is happening rapidly and when new waves of migration are occurring. Shantytown settlements are typically a complex issue and require long-term solutions to address the problems they pose. Local governments and authorities often attempt to regulate and provide services to these settlements, but the challenges are multifaceted and may persist for some time. The formation of the Bosphorus, a narrow and strategically significant strait in Turkey that separates Europe and Asia, is a result of geological and tectonic processes that have occurred over millions of years. The Bosphorus Strait, which connects the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara, has a complex geological history. It is believed to have formed during the late Miocene epoch, which began around 23 million years ago. Here are the key geological events that contributed to the formation of the Bosphorus. 1. Tectonic movements. The region where the Bosphorus is located is part of the larger Mediterranean alpine orogenic belt, which has experienced significant tectonic movements over geological time. These movements include the collision and convergence of several tectonic plates, which have shaped the landscape of the area. 2. Subsidence and uplift. The area has gone through cycles of subsidence, sinking, and uplift, rising, due to tectonic forces. During periods of subsidence, the sea levels in the area rose, and the Bosphorus may have been submerged. Conversely, during uplift phases, the land rose, and the strait began to form. 3. Erosion and sedimentation. The geological processes also involve the erosion of the surrounding land by rivers and the deposition of sediment in the sea. This sedimentation contributed to the gradual formation of the Bosphorus as we know it today. 4. Changes in sea levels. Variations in global sea levels, including glacial and interglacial periods, have influenced the water levels in the region, affecting the size and depth of the Bosphorus. The Bosphorus is a unique geological feature, and its formation is the result of a complex interplay of geological, tectonic, and climatic processes over a vast timescale. Today, it serves as a critical waterway connecting the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, as well as a defining feature of the city of Istanbul, which straddles both sides of the strait.